I'm back here. Today is the deadline for open enrollment under the Affordable Care Act, a point of controversy and complaints, of course. And the Obama administration is making a final push to sign people up. Let's get to NBC's Peter Alexander at the White House this morning. Peter, good morning.
Savannah, good morning to you. It is finally here, as you noted. This is your last chance to sign up for private health insurance in 2015. And perhaps as importantly, your last chance to avoid paying a penalty if you don't. The healthcare.gov website has been flooded with procrastinators, with 2 million visits, they say, this weekend alone. In fact, for some hours this morning, a software bug actually knocked it offline. Administration officials tell us their tech team is working to fix it and should have it online as soon as possible. Nothing like a deadline to get people moving. Across the country, a last-minute surge of sign-ups. And at call centers, 2.5 million calls in the last week alone, more than the entire month of February. In addition to the president, the White House has enlisted a cast of celebrities to make the Obamacare pitch.
Spread the word and get covered today.
Despite the website's infamous issues out of the gates, administration officials are now touting more than 6 million sign-ups through late last week. This is what they were shooting for last September.
I think success looks like at least 7 million people having signed up by the end of March 2014.
Still, plenty of questions remain unanswered. Among them, how many people have actually paid for their new coverage? What's the breakdown between young and old enrollees? And how will next year's premiums be affected? Obamacare remains the most divisive issue in politics today. Republican critics have relentlessly attacked the law, its cost, and the shifting deadlines. One senator even dismissing the latest enrollment figure, too.
I don't think it means anything, Chris. I think they're cooking the books on this.
Administration officials say no one is going to be penalized if they are, as they describe it, trying to sign up when midnight comes tonight. Savannah, the official enrollment totals in that critical young versus old age breakdown, they likely won't come for a couple weeks. Experts say it may be a couple years before we know how well the law works.
Yeah, that's a key piece of the puzzle. Peter Alexander at the White House, thank you.
Let's bring in Chuck Todd, NBC's chief White House correspondent and political director. Chuck, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Let's start with that simple question. Are they cooking the books with these numbers? When you talk to people in neutral corners of Washington, what are they telling you?
No, nobody's saying that they're cooking the books here. I mean, the 6 million is pretty real. There's been an insurance company examination about who's been paying, and they say so far it looks like over 80% of those that have signed up have actually paid in the first month. So that seems to be something that also is sort of a myth that isn't as true as some would hope it would like it to be, as far as folks on the right. But I think in the big picture here, you got to remember where they started. There was real fear inside the White House that this law could collapse, that they wouldn't get here. So at a minimum, the importance of hitting the 6 million, and they may get close to 7 million, because don't forget, this is a sort of deadline tonight, right? They've got all of these caveats in. If you're in line, right, they basically got to the end of the month. But getting to where they got, it means the law is unrepealable, Matt. It means that it's here to stay. So then we've advanced to the next part of the debate is, okay, then how do you fix the problems that people think are there?
Oh, you can't repeal it, but does that mean 7 months down the road, as the midterm elections come around, that this will be any less of an issue in terms of close races in congressional districts?
No, I don't think at this point the law is so embedded, is sort of as a political negative for the Democrats and a political negative overall, that I don't think anything's going to change by November. That this is going to take maybe 2 years for the politics of this to work itself out. And that's assuming everything continues to go as the administration has claimed that it would. That right now you've got the 7 million are signing up, and then over time they get more and more. Don't forget here, we still have 35 million people without insurance. Okay, when you throw in all of the numbers, the expanded Medicaid of about 4 million, new signups of about 7 million, and the 26-year-olds, that's 15 million. We still have 35 million uninsured, so they still got to start working on getting that number down.
All right, Chuck Todd in Washington. Chuck, thanks very much.